In our continuing efforts to prepare and to make any and all stage sets for the films we will soon be recording and developing, I found myself down in the abandoned passages of an ancient dwarven stronghold that the local townfolk built their tavern on. What we will be focusing on in this video will be the trading hall, which I'll be giving a survival-based tutorial on how to make it yourself in your own world, and then from there, completing the tavern and also the interior. Much to look forward to, so let's get cracking at it. We begin first with the Villager Trading Hall modules. So what you can see here behind me, and I've put this one all in glass so that you can see it a little bit better. This is the original module that I've been using for quite some time. Now this is actually, in my opinion, a rather expensive design, so I started to look into different designs. Now you could just as easily just use a lever, and that works, quite honestly, just as well. So that was the first one that I went through, and then I started doing other testing with an RS NOR latch. So all this does is it moves just a single item from one dropper to the other dropper, depending on which one you press. That's all there is to it. I was getting really fancy with this one, but this was the least expensive that I could come up with. You got one piston, you got one comparator, excuse me, and you've got two droppers and the buttons. And that's it. I mean, you don't need to use iron trapdoors. I'm thinking of using it just because it looks nice. But yeah, let's just destroy this workbench here. And let's bring it on down. You can see I pressed that one, and that brings it on down, but the one that's outside brings it back up. And that, in fact, is the module design we're going to be using for the Villager Trading Hall. Let's get ourselves back to the Metacraft world. So the setup for this is actually pretty simple. I thought I would just crack away at this in survival and give you a very quick tutorial on how this works. So the first thing you gotta remember is that this wall is this is in fact also the back wall of what keeps the zombie in. So I decided I'm just gonna leave that in place, and this channel is where the zombie is going to be, and right here is where you would have the villager sitting on. So if I just place this right here, that would be our very first block. Now I've made up two different sets. I want to see what this looks like. I'm also going to be having the iron trapdoor as well, because I'm not sure which one will look better. I'm going to do one iron, and the other side I'm going to do the acacia trapdoors just to see. I just heard doors. Oh, that's a cat. After that, you're going to have the comparator pointing right into our sticky piston. And now it's time to go and start putting those droppers in. Just move my food out of the way. So you're going to have one dropper that's pointed in, and because of the situation of how these are set up, I'm going to have to put this just a couple of blocks, like that. And now we can put our other dropper pointing into that block, and going like this. If you want to go and get the texture for what's on the sides of these droppers, where they show the indication of what direction they're pointing, you can actually find it on Azuma's website for vanilla tweaks. It's amazing. I'll put it in the video description for you guys. Next, we're just going to stick any old item in. I might change it out for something else just because, but that's that part is all there is to that. And I am setting it in this way, in fact, because eventually it will be torn out and maybe used again later. It's a lot of resources after all, and I wouldn't mind using it somewhere else. So the final bit there is, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to be using for flooring just yet, but let's just put a couple of blocks in just to give us an idea of what's going on here. You need to put the buttons in. So I think it is, oh, I can't remember which one does it. Let's find out. Let's find out what happens. Nothing. Okay. And that one goes up. Okay, so you don't need to do this, but I really want to do this. Just going to be changing the position of the buttons. So I know that this one brings it up and this one brings it down. There. So it's just this little bit of an orientation. You see this button looks flat, and that's showing that it is bringing the piston on down. This one is vertical, showing that the piston's going to go up. I really like that. Nice and straightforward. So this is exactly what we're doing for every single one of these units all the way along, but there is a bit more that is a bit more important to keep in mind when you're putting this all together. And that is, first, you got to make sure that it is level. This section here where the zombie is going to be going, that's what's going to convert your villagers into zombie villagers so you can heal them up and get yourselves some better trades. But also, along the sides here, I'm just going to take my expensive wood out. I want to keep that wood. Along the sides here, you need to have a block on both sides of where the piston is going to be. And there's actually one more thing that we need. I'm going to bring out my stone cutter, and I'm going to create a bunch of slabs. I don't need a whole lot. I think I need in total, it's 8, 16, 24, 32. But this part here is quite important. You put it right on the top part right there, and you do it all the way along. I got that one too high, but that's fine. We can work that out. It goes like right there. And that is what's going to allow, one, the zombie to be able to see the villager. So I'll just make this a little bit easier. I'm just going to put a line of these across. And then just put one down on each and every single one of those. Now let's put in the final units. And that is all there is really to this bit here. Now there's one last thing that I felt that is very important for you guys to know about. And that's down here in this little channel. As I said, you've got the zombie wandering along down here. But you got to make sure that you put something that was going to block them from coming up too high. So I got to go and figure out a bit more design coming along here, because it is going to look a little bit weird and janky. So I might build up the top there a bit. But that is where the zombie needs to go, is along into this channel. So I'm just going to lead them in, and then we're going to throw a silence me name tag on them, and because we do have that plugin, fortunately, so that you don't hear the zombie constantly complaining about being stuck in the trench. After you get them locked on in, you can see the villagers will be up in this little channel, and because they're up here, for whatever reason, they are not able to hit the villagers. But the moment they're down below here, now they can hit them. So I may as well start getting in those villagers, and I found the best way to do it is, in fact, with a minecart and rails. And what you do is, once you get them in, and you got to put some walls around them. You just break them, and you don't put them in, you have to push them in. And then once they're in, then you can just lock them in with your workbench. One of these good old-fashioned critters right here. Final bit that I highly recommend that you do, I'm not sure how necessary it is, but I have found it useful when you're trying to update your trades, especially when one of those villagers is not doing what you need them to do and you need to off them. You don't want them to see. And the same thing with the zombie. I think they're more likely to see you if you don't put something up here. And that's just to go and put yourself some bricks of some kind. I'm still going to vary the pattern. I'm still not absolutely sure how exactly this is going to look. But just for the sake of having something in front that I can adjust later, let's put these on in. But this is how the final bit is supposed to look. Right there. You got your workbench going on each one of these little platforms, and your villager down in the back right there. Perfect. That's all there is to it. At a later point, I'm thinking of tearing this back some, especially when I have got them fully established and I've got their prices at the point that I want them to be. But for now, I think this is going to do the job, and I'm just going to go and finish up the other side, and now after that, I can finally get those villagers in. I've been using water to move these guys around, and I never thought about doing this before, but just watch this. It's so easy. I was pushing them in place. I was using all sorts of means. Rails, minecarts. And it was just as simple as that to get them in. I mean, you can't have your buttons down, but I can't believe how easy that is. Guys, I feel like a complete noob. This is just the initial setup, and I've got some decent books. I found a better mending, for example. I've got Power 5, which is nice, and there's some other books too, although some of them aren't. Well, Curse of Binding is nice to have. It's good for all sorts of interesting stuff. And I also have these guys over here. Now, if you're wondering why I remove those blocks, it's because I really do use the villagers a lot for the XP, for mending and all that stuff. And when those blocks are in the way, you can't pick up the XP unless you just like sneak up over here. Their prices are a bit expensive. Like they're really expensive. Like, look at that, I'm Unbreaking 3 at 31 emeralds. So I am in need of some more gold. If you just look up here, you go. What's that? I mean, I'm saying I need gold. There's this gold block right here. And before I even take a look at that, just make a point here. This is all the gold I've got left. I pretty much need a gold farm, but I'm not sure when I'm going to do this. Maybe in a little bit, but in the meantime, let's see what this book says. To Talamir. Hello, neighbor. I'm so excited to have... I'm not going to read this all. You guys can read it. I'm going to flip through the pages real slow for you. Okay, well, they got coordinates. I did not look at the coordinates. There's coordinates at the end. There's some sort of puzzle that we're going to go on here. I'm going to give this a read. We're going to find out what's going on. Looks like we're on a good old-fashioned scavenger hunt. I don't know if I've ever done one of these in Minecraft, to be honest. But we got our first few clues right here. So our hints here are west of Holbrack and Talamir's home, and some rocks that aren't meant to be broken. Let's begin the search and take the gold block, because that right there, in and of itself, is immediately one golden apple. Now, I actually have already been exploring for a little bit here, but you know that wording right there in the book says a jagged peak is what you seek, and it's later on it says it's west of Holbrack and my base. But I think with the mountain he's talking, this is the mountain that he's talking about, jagged peaks, probably also a biome type. My guess is it's a place that I've already been before, and I think it's this place right here, that giant mountain right there. So I'm going to go over that way. We're going to find out if it starts to make a little bit more sense. Alright, so we've got a grove so far. Snowy slopes. Ooh, Smire. We're in Jagged Peaks now. I think that this is the area. This is where we're supposed to be. Do I see a glow? That looks like a torch. Am I wrong? Maybe it's just some lichen. There is a torch. Okay, I'm gonna guess that is some sort of... this is super dangerous. The problem is I don't have wings yet. So this isn't... I can see he's got another torch down there. This isn't an easy thing for me to do. But I do see another torch. And I think I can get to this. The others, I do believe that's just a little lichen that's just glowing all over the place like it does in caves. And I see another torch. Like, this is one of those types of presents, like, he's given this as a gift for helping him out with stuff. And honestly, I don't really feel like I have done all that much stuff. But, sure, if he wants to give me a present, I'm more than happy to accept it. Oh, man. I get the feeling that this has something to do with bedrock. Because that little statement there about rocks that aren't supposed to be broken. So I think this is going to go right down to bedrock, and that's where we're going to find what we're looking for. Oh, no. Oh, that's super cool, but... there's only one way for me to get down there, and that's for me to dig down. Right down to bedrock. Alright, well... no wings. May as well do this. Well, I don't even have to do it that way. I could just dig straight down. So, there's a book for a bunch of us peoples, and this is... oh, there's a gold block. Oh, yay. Okay, I think these are going to turn into keepsakes for me. This is probably the next one, part 2. Congratulations! You made it to the first location. Hopefully it wasn't too hard and didn't take you too long. The good news is that there's actually only one more stop on your journey. Your clue is on the next page. Best of luck. Getting past the bedrock here wouldn't be a wise idea, luckily for us. Not all bedrock is created equal. In this world, I had you descend. In the next world, you must ascend. Hint, Mini-Wheat's portal. I have no idea where Mini-Wheat's portal is. Mini-Wheat's portal has such a great view of the ceiling. What? And then he's probably going to do that same thing at the very end. Again, if you need coordinates, you can find it on the last page there. I'm not going to do that. But I will take those. I really like a gold block. Well, I'm here over in the shopping district. And, I just don't have the time, guys. I don't. I just don't. For getting myself some wings. And I need those wings for various things. I need it for building, and I need it for getting around easier. And I also need it to finish Mbence's treasure hunt. Ooh. So I'm here at Birch's shop, and he's selling wings for only 15 diamonds per elytra. That's pretty good. He's also selling a few books. And if nobody ends up setting up a shop, I probably am going to dive into making a bookshop. It's a pretty easy way to get some coin. I'm trying really hard to click on this. I think I have to click up here. So they're already pre-enchanted. Ooh, nice. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I got diamonds in here. Yay, I do. I get myself some wings. Sky's the limit. And I do have a few fireworks to get me on back. Oh my goodness, he's got shulkers. He's got lots of shulkers, and they're 2 diamonds for 1 shulker. That's a really good price. I'm just gonna buy till I don't know, at least 9. Be right back. I ended up buying 9. So this is one of these areas that, although I like Birch's business, I don't like how ugly it is. It has a very box store feel for an area that is very fantasy-esque. So I hope he tears it down once he is happy with it, because I'm sick of seeing IKEAs. I really am. I've seen it in Hermitcraft, I've seen it in previous series, etc. Now I'm going to stop ranting and looking at this. This is the Moon's Shine. Moon's Shine Inn, Moonshine Tavern, I don't know what it is. It's probably one or the other, but I do believe that was Combined Efforts Beagle, and I can't remember the other person who made it. It may have been Alpha Mike. Nevertheless, there is a board for quests, which is nice, quest board. And also, it just has a very nice atmosphere to it that I really like, and I may in fact take advantage of sometime in the future. Will definitely be useful for future filming and stage production and all that stuff. Looks like it isn't completely done. It still needs a little bit more furniture. Ooh, I was wondering what this was. Oh, very interesting. Oh, it's the... Oh, that's funny. I don't know why, but I instantly got a Final Fantasy VIII feel of that from, I think it's Dolette, and getting into the back room. Right, well, let's get ourselves on back to the main base. Well, as you can see, I've got my fancy wings, as you could see in the last clip, which means that we can get back onto this. And this right here is the second part of Mbentz's little treasure hunt. And I'm pretty sure that this sounds like it's going to be in the Nether, and we gotta find ourselves there, and it's the very reason why we needed wings in the first place. No way up, no way up there at all. So I got myself here in the Nether, and you'll notice there's 2 things. The reason why I thought it must be the Nether is because we're ascending above the bedrock, but also it's mentioning Mini-Wheat's portal and the view above it. So I'm not sure exactly where that is. I have no idea where Mini-Wheat's portal is. I might have to ask around. But my idea right here is that, what else could be above? What could possibly be above the Nether that I should take a look at? And the only thing I can think of is that maybe Nbentz is giving us access to some sort of automated farm. So that's why I'm thinking this may be helping us in the long run. But I think this must be, I think this may be Mini-Wheat's base. And the only thing I can think of is it must be up, because the view above Mini-Wheat's was good. So maybe it's above. Been looking around for a little while again, and I think I see something. It's something that doesn't look like ceiling. Oh man, I think I've been looking for this for like at least an hour. What is that? Ow. That's it. Alright. Oh, yes. Okay, sweet. This is definitely the second. Well, was there another sign I saw up there? Man, it's just loud. Okay, it's just eggs. Telomere, Mini-Wheats, Callie, and Beagle. Okay, we're definitely in the right place. Telomere with the exclamation marks. Okay, I'm not going to force you guys to read all through this, but I'll give you guys a heads up and a theory. I think he's giving me access to this gold farm. Let's find out. And there it is, guys. Hope you enjoy using this gold and bartering farms. Happy piggy slaying events. Awesome. As you can see, I've already got 47 nether gold ore as I've been just looking for this. And honestly, I'm taking the sweetness. I just really annoyed those guys. But you can quite clearly see I'm dreadfully in need of gold, and there is never enough. So this is going to definitely help us out. Thank you so much, Invents. Super appreciate it. Okay, I know I'm supposed to be giving you guys an update on what's been going on, but I just came back here. I was getting some materials for for my little quest thing I've been building for Invents, and I mean, there's no name. There's no name on it. Nothing. Just a bunch of awesome end rods, which I'm super excited about. It's an elytra and a dragon head. And I'll take that chest. I am completely baffled by this. I have absolutely no idea who could have possibly have given this to me. I'm going to put this in here. We're going to finish that tavern. That's what we're going to be doing right now. The whole building, it's all done. I mean, I do have to go and put the Windows stuff in, but oh man, was that ever a ride. I mean, I think I could have gotten this done a lot longer ago, to be honest. Oh man. Yeah. Woo! Look at that. Now, although the inn itself is done, there's a lot more that still needs to be done for this particular stage. I was wanting to go and put also in like a few towers, like as part of the old fortress that's below. So there should be like a tower over there where my crosshair is, and maybe one around here as well. And I was thinking of even putting something around down here just to indicate that there's a building on here that has been like closed over and frozen in place. So there's still a lot of building to be done. I also need to go and get the insides all done. So I don't have anything in there at the moment. This little place here, I love this little balcony. It's so sleek. I absolutely love it. It's just so cozy. I gotta put lights in here as well though. That torch is just not gonna cut it. But yeah, and this place also needs a stairway up because it doesn't have one. And I haven't determined where it's gonna go. It's probably gonna be like right here though. But up here, it needs rooms. This is the upper bit for rooms. And I might even put storage up here as well. I'm not absolutely sure yet, but it's been so much fun working on this build. I'm putting up a bit of a redstone video, which you can find on your screen right now. And that's going to show you how I built the villager breeder on its own without having to look through it in this particular video. Hope it helps you guys. So thank you guys all for watching. We'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye.